Welcome back. We are in countdown mode, 12 days until Election Day, and former President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris zeroing in on Pennsylvania during this final stretch. Harris holding a town hall in Delaware County, Pennsylvania last night, while her running mate, Tim Walz, will be in Philadelphia later today. Trump will hold a rally in State College on Saturday, and J.D. Vance will hold a town hall in Harrisburg on the same day. Voter registration data shows Republicans making up ground on Democrats in the state. Nearly 55,000 registered Democrats changed their party this year. Republicans currently trail Democrats by less than 300,000 voters. In 2020, they trailed the Democrats by about 700,000 voters, and President Biden won the state by just 80,000 votes. This past weekend, Trump received an endorsement from a local steelworkers union at a rally in Latrobe, also gifting him a custom hard hat, which Trump wore at the rally. Joining us right now is Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser, who was at the rally in Latrobe. He's a member of the House Financial Services and Small Business Committees. Congressman, good to see you.
Great to see you, Maria.
How are you feeling about Pennsylvania? And do you agree with Senator Fetterman, who says whoever wins Pennsylvania wins this race?
Absolutely. Do the math on it, and it's all coming down to our Keystone State, and we're doing very, very well. We really have a groundswell. We're firing on all cylinders. Here we have President Trump doing nothing but things that are inspiring to the voters, from what you saw with the steel workers to his trip to McDonald's. And then you have Harris stating how, like she did last night, that we did the right thing, and the infamous or famous, there's nothing I can think of that we would do differently. So there's no hope there for a better future. There's absolutely no detail to any plan. And we, first of all, we know what President Trump can do, and he's adding to it. He's going to be that much better for a strong economy, strong national security, and Pennsylvanians are buying into it strongly. You saw those registration numbers. Yeah. We're up 420,000, actually more than that, about 430,000 more Republicans registered to Democrats than we were in 2020.
A lot of people talk about the 800,000 Polish Americans who are in Pennsylvania. Yeah. What are the other groups you think that are important and that Trump is trying to attract?
Almost every group. African Americans were improved by about 10 to 11 to 12%. Hispanics, we've improved by in the neighborhood of 20 to 25%, depending on what poll and stats you look at. But, we do research and we do me-search. I've been spending a fair amount of time in the Hispanics communities because the Trump campaign and all of us are focusing there. And it's tremendous. I mean, they want the same thing all Americans want. They want, low taxes. They want freedom. They want limited government. They want inexpensive groceries or reasonable groceries and low energy costs, and they're just rallying to the Trump honesty. It's an honest approach. Yeah. And Harris comes across as a complete phony.
Well, Mark, jump in here. I don't think Kamala Harris has been able to answer any questions about what she wants to do in terms of policy. She still just skirts all the questions. She goes right to Trump.
She hasn't answered anything directly, whether it's about taxes or the economy. Go to KamalaHarris.com, right? That's her response. Or Trump is a bad person. We can't have him in office. He's dangerous. All that stuff. And to your point, it seems like voters overall, but specifically black voters, Latino voters, they are recognizing that she's completely unauthentic. And that seems like one of the reasons Republicans are making so much progress, because you look at John McCain got 4% of the black vote. Romney got 6%. Trump in 2016, 7%. Trump in 2020, 9%. The polls I've seen now are showing 15 to 29%. Like, that's remarkable.
Wow, that is.
Yeah. And it's so much more of the same. They say they're going to turn the page. I mean, give me a break, right? I mean, there's going to be no difference. I mean, a vote for Harris, and people are starting to understand this, is not just a vote for the status quo, but to make things worse, to keep the borders open. We had over 4,500 Pennsylvanians die of fentanyl last year, and the number of refugees and crime throughout Philadelphia, all that's been a lot of nonsense. People aren't going to continue to vote for that. So, look, we have our work cut out for us. I mentioned to you earlier, protect the vote. That's a big concern of ours. Now, we have tens of thousands of poll watchers, which means just eyes on the count. And I'm not saying that there's fraud or that, but you know what? We're going to do everything we can to assure voter integrity and give voters the confidence that the outcome that they can believe in.
So how much confidence do you have that we'll have a fair election then? I mean, you've got all of these poll watchers.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Trust but verify.
Yeah.
You know, we believe we did stop the Zuckerbucks that came in last time, where Mark Zuckerberg put in $22 million into 3 counties, just paying people to go knock on doors. And frankly, we do believe ballot harvest. We've informed Mark Zuckerberg that ballot harvesting is illegal in Pennsylvania, so hopefully that will cease. But still, the George Soroses and others are pouring money in. We're losing the money war. But then we got Elon Musk comes in, and that just adds to it. Elon has added a lot of excitement.
Well, I mean, one thing is that, you know, we keep hearing from states that we're not going to know who the winner is on election night, and that's concerning. How come we got away from understanding and knowing who the winner is on election night?
Yeah.
How long is it going to take to know who won in Pennsylvania?
Well, we're working on that. We're working with our counties. We have a lot of good things going with our commissioners and our Board of Elections. Like, I voted early, and it went pretty smoothly.
Okay.
We have a law that doesn't allow the ballots to be counted until 8 o'clock on election night, mail-in ballots, that is, and the early votes. So that's a bit of a problem. Now, we are doing pre-canvassing, we refer to it, so we can start about 8 o'clock in the morning on getting things organized. So we may not know Pennsylvania until midnight. But on the same note, we're looking to, as we say, swamp the vote, to be too big to rig. You know, those aren't just sayings; those are things that we're actually working towards. So if we get the vote out, we'll know before midnight.
Emily.
Congressman, I want to jump in a little bit on the down ballot races. So Cook Political Report recently moved the Senate race in Pennsylvania to a toss-up. Do you think this momentum for registering voters on the Republican side is going to carry down ballot? And are you concerned about any of your colleagues getting reelected and getting back to work in Congress?
You know, when I say we're firing on all cylinders, that's a big part of it. Dave McCormick, for instance, has run a great campaign. He's beginning to surge. The polls just came out that he is, in fact, ahead of Bob Casey, who's been in there for 18 years. By the way, Bob Casey is now running ads saying how he agrees with Donald Trump on trade and on fracking. And
Yeah, I saw that ad. Right? He's trying to make believe he's aligned with Trump.
There's no better sign of winning, I told Dave, than having Casey run the same ads that Dave has been running. So people believe Dave McCormick. They don't believe Bob Casey. He's not going to do anything, or he's going to do just as bad as he did before.
Yeah, but the DOJ is playing hardball. First of all, they are suing states for following the law and ensuring that only American citizens vote. The DOJ is also warning Elon Musk that his super PAC's $1 million giveaways to registered voters in swing states could be breaking the law. Musk says winners of the giveaways can be from any or no political party, and they don't even have to vote. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman warning Democrats not to underestimate Musk's impact on the state. Fetterman said that Musk is viewed by a lot of people in Pennsylvania as incredibly successful and like a real-life Tony Stark. Fetterman says Democrats making light of Musk would be to their own peril, but that's maybe why the DOJ is taking this hard stance.
Fetterman's right. All that is happening, and we saw Virginia. What an outrage! The DOJ comes in and says, "No, you can't purge, you can't rectify, correct your voter rolls." That's unbelievable.
And they're doing it to Alabama as well.
Yeah, I'm actually involved in a lawsuit on the HAVA, Help Americans Vote Act, that's been in existence for 20 years, creating eligibility and matching up IDs for overseas ballots. And people say, oh, that's suppressing military ballots. No, military has their IDs. We're not worried about the military. It's all the others out there that need to be matched up. Simple things that have been in effect forever, and you can't go changing these things or trying to change them just prior to an election.
Yeah. All right. We'll leave it there. We'll be watching. Such an important state. Thank you so much, Congressman. Good to see you. Dan Meuser.